Hello friends, I know that many of my viewers are usually looking at the background, what's happening in the background of the video, so you might be looking at that bike. Why is it there? This is the Cannondale Cat 10, and there is a reason why it's there, because this has been one of the absolute best road bikes I've ever had. Cannondale Cat 10, not 12, not 13, Cannondale Cat 10. And it's there because I want to show you some features of the Winspace SLC3, the third generation of the SLC super lightweight climbing bike. And how did this bike became the AL all-terrain bike, you're gonna know in a second. So let's start with the practical features that actually make sense for you as the potential buyer. I'm gonna start with really basic features, guys. Basic features are the most important ones, and Winspace, they made it well. So this is the Cannondale Cat 10. 182 centimeters tall, that's 6 foot tall, rider. 56 centimeters size of this Cat 10. I love it. I feel like at home. I've been riding for many hours on this bike, and guess what? Our super lightweight climbing bike, which became all-terrain bike, is very similar geometry. Interesting thing, for example, the newest Trek Madone SLR, very similar geometry. What I mean, the effective height and the length, stack and reach, the seat post, the seat tube angle, very similar. This bike rides well. I feel really well on it. So Winspace didn't make a crazy geometry in order to get better results in the wind tunnel, which they got actually pretty well. And this bike is something I can ride for hours. Let's go further. Cannondale Cat 10 SLC3, there we go. 27.2 seat post. Amazing. This is so simple, but so good. This seat post flexes, and it's not the aero seat post, it's just a normal seat post, which makes sense. This is the seat post clamp, this is the seat post clamp, same thing. No internal seat post clamps, which are more aero, probably. I've been having many customers having problems with these internal. This one is actually squeezing the frame around the seat post. It flexes with the seat post. This is really compliant thing. Another thing is also that we have thicker walls on the seat post, front and back, thinner on the sides. This is not some cheap carbon seat post. This is high level stuff, and it flexes beautifully. There are two adapters that come with the seat post and with the frame. That will allow you to mount either the oval or the classic rails, meaning metal or carbon. With the frame set's ability to absorb bumps comes the tire clearance. We've got 32C clearance right here, plenty of room, and this is the Vittoria Terreno 0 32C already on it with tubeless setup. I love it. Racing on a gravel road on this bike, very good. The rear triangle also gives us plenty of room, and the tightest space is right here. Still nice clearance, just at the height of the bolt for the bottle cage. Still good clearance, and we've got also Vittoria Terreno here on the back, 32C. When checking out this SLC3 frame, don't look for any joints because there aren't any. This is the one-piece mold. That means that there has been the polystyrene used, so that about 200 pieces of carbon are wrapped around it, and then they are pressed, and then this polystyrene will evaporate in high temperature, and thus there is no front triangle glued to the rear triangle or half of the frame glued to the other half. There is no joints. That's good. There is no open inserts with a thread for the through axle right here. Pros, it looks clean and nice, and you're not gonna get your end of the through axle dirty. Con, if you don't grease from the inside your through axle thread and you will somehow damage it, you're not gonna be able to replace the insert because it's just there. The rear triangle is asymmetrical, and the bottom bracket shell is asymmetrical too, so that you get better power transfer from your legs to the pedals, to the drivetrain, to your wheels. And before I ask the question, Danny, why not AXS? Why not Di2? Why mechanical? That's in the second. I will also tell you about 3 parts on this bike that my friends are commenting the most. What is this bike made for, and who is the bike made for? So first thing, you already know, the geometry is simply good. It's not aggressive, but in my opinion, aggressive geometry is the geometry that allows you to ride as fast as possible for as long time as possible. And to ride as fast as possible, you need to be aero, but also you need to be able to produce the power, high power, for a longer period of time. And that's what this geometry will give you. So this is not the, I would even say, old school aero aggressive geometry. This is not endurance geometry. This is really nice all-rounder, fast bike, really fast bike. Now, 32C, what does it mean in practice? Okay, I'm starting season with same race every year. It's on the loop, which has half of it on the gravel and then the half of it on the concrete and cobblestones. 2 years ago, I did it on a mountain bike with 225 tires. I loved it. 1 year ago, I did it on Merida Sculptura on 30C slick tires. I loved it. It was faster. Of course, it shook me much more. It was faster. This year, I would say the sweet spot. Fast, reliable, more puncture resistant, and better grip. I would say maybe even faster. I got sick 2 weeks before the race, and I went into the race being sick, so I did only 1 loop, but that 1 loop was amazing. So 32C tires are not, this is not a gravel bike. This is not the gravel adventure bike. This is a road bike which allows you to go through the gravel and fast. That's what I love about it. Now let's go into the drivetrain. I know people who buy $1,700 worth frame set will usually use AXS or Di2. I don't. I'm not against electronics, because when electronics solve problems, I want them. For me, they don't solve any problems on the bike. They create problems. That's for me. I don't have to think about charging the cables. I don't have to think about batteries disconnecting or Bluetooth disconnecting or whatever, updating anything. And when some influencers, oh my gosh, are telling you, hey, if you had the mechanical, you would have to replace the cable once a year, or you would have to readjust the derailleur regularly. BS. This bar adjuster I touched the last time in August or September last year when I assembled it. So I assembled the bike, adjusted the derailleur, I went for a ride with my buddies. During the training, I readjusted it just a little, and that's it. I'm not gonna replace this cable for years, many years. That's it. The only thing I had to do extra with this mechanical was to thread this housing and the cable through the frame, through the headset, because everything there is integral right now. But you have the rear brake anyway, so there's just one extra cable. That's it. Otherwise, 11, 34, 12 speed, 34, 50, beautiful. If this was 35, 48, would be better in the mountains where I live. But otherwise, beautiful, beautiful group set. The main thing that differs 105 from Ultegra and Dura Ace, of course being the mechanical, is the weight. Anything I would take out from the box felt heavy. It felt like Sora or Tiagra. 105 is heavy, so don't expect my ride to be super light. It is very light. It's not super light because of the group set. Otherwise, all the other components are super light. Now, 3 things my friends are commenting. The first thing my buddies are commenting is the saddle. You can see that the tilt of the saddle really goes down in the aggressive way. I feel much better push. I'm doing gym I've been doing it for 7 months right now, especially the deadlift. Many things have changed with my back and with the way I'm working on the hip. And this position is amazing. I wouldn't say for myself this would be the best position for like 4-hour rides with a low power output. But now this was the winter, most of the rides were indoors, up to 90 minutes. This higher power output, I feel better push. Love it. Number 2, really MTB pedals. Shimano 540, yes. I no longer want to have 100 pairs of different shoes and Crank Brothers and SPD SL, SPD, no, this is MTB. So SPD from Shimano's, I use same shoes for my mountain bikes and my road bike, and I love it. Really easy to clip in, and I can walk. When we're going for coffee, just anything, I can walk in my shoes. So that's what I love. Am I less aero? I don't even know about that. So I love this. And the third thing is, my friends say, Danny, amazingly looking wheels. This bike looks badass. I wouldn't put these wheels on my bike. That's what they say. All of them. And I put them here. I ordered them from Elite Wheels, and they are not in the road category. Not the gravel category either, it's the triathlon category, but you can put wide tires. This is 32C, and I'm not really good handler of the side wind. With these wheels, I feel better. So looks like less spokes, but the larger spokes make less turbulence than more tiny spokes. And they sound really well. So they are here to stay, they are durable. I felt like they're stiff enough, and with these tires I just love it. With all the attention to the details on this frame set and all the components I put on it, I can say this bike is good. It is very competitive, the price is more than fair, and just know that I got this frame set with the Winspace handlebars and with the seat post for free, which does not affect my either positive or negative opinion on this bike. I just told you how it rides and it stays. So after some thousands of kilometers, you will still hear me talking about how this performs. One thing which is negative is that I can hear my bottom bracket from the very first ride. So I can hear some noises when I push on the crankset pretty hard. That might be the frame set side, the frame side. That might be my bottom bracket side. That might be the assembly mistake, which I don't think I've made. I used the primer from Park Tool. I used the glue from Park Tool, and I did everything as it's supposed to be. This is the original Shimano Road bottom bracket. By the way, this is BB86 asymmetrical, 86.5 on the right side. So if I replace the bottom bracket in the future after some hundreds or rather thousands of kilometers, I will update you with this info. This is my super lightweight climbing bike, which is no longer a climbing bike. This is now the super fast all-terrain machine. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.